Hello everyone, this is a course to learn the basics of Python. Today, we are going to learn about Python data type. Here is today's lecture index. To begin with, we will learn about data types about numbers, such as integer and floating point. We will also learn about operations to compute these numbers. Next, we are going to learn string data type and its operations and functions. Finally, we will learn about the list data type and its operation and functions. Throughout this lecture, we are going to learn about various operations and functions for data types. And since several examples are presented, it would be better if you practice these examples. First, let's talk about data types for representing numbers. In Python, there are two kinds of number data type. First is integer. Integer is a datum of integral data type that represents some range of mathematical integer. In this example, you can store positive integer, negative integer, and 0 to a. Another number data type is floating point. Floating point is arithmetic using formulaic representation of real numbers as an approximation to support a trade-off between range and precision. Using number as operand, we can do some operations. There are 7 operators. You can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in Python. In this example code, we store 3 to a, 4 to b, and 5 to c. And you can calculate these examples by using operations and exponential operation too. You can also do remainder operation and quotient operation. We store 7 to a, 3 to b. Therefore, the remainder is 1 and quotient is 2. Second, we will talk about the string data type, which means a set of characters composed of characters. String is traditionally a sequence of characters, either as a return constant. All 5 examples on the screen are strings. In the example string above, all are surrounded by double quotation marks. Some of you may wonder, 123 is a number. Why is it a string? If they are enclosed in quotation marks, they are all strings. In Python, we can add and multiply strings using the plus and multiplication signs. For example, let's say A is the Python string and B is the fun string. If you add A and B, the result is Python is fun, which is the two strings concatenated. When A is multiplied by 2, the result is Python, in which the string A is repeated twice. In addition, various operations can be performed. The length function is used to obtain the length of the string. And the value of the corresponding index in string can be obtained, and the string can be sliced at the desired position. For example, when you want to know the length of string Python, you can write the code as lena, then it will return the length 6. In string, if index is entered as a parameter, the character of the index is returned. By using this, you can slice the string. String data types have their own functions. To use these functions, add a dot after the string variable name and then write the function name. The count function returns the number of characters in the parameter in the string. In the following example, the result value is 2 because the number of I in the string A is returned. The find function returns the position of the first occurrence of character in parameter string. If the character or string to be searched doesn't exist, -1 is returned. Note that Python starts counting from 0 in string. So, the result of the example is 1, not 2. The index function returns the position of the first occurrence of the character in the parameter string. If the character or string to be searched does not exist, an error is raised. The difference from the previous find function is that an error occurs when a character that does not exist in the string is found. The join function inserts a string. Since the example means inserting comma between each character of the ABCD string, the result is A, B, C, D. The upper function converts lowercase letters to uppercase letters, and the lower function converts uppercase letters to lowercase letters. The replace function replaces a specific value in a string with another value by using it like replace. The split function divides the string based on spaces. If no value is put in parentheses like a.split, if there is a specific value inside the parentheses like b.split:, the string is divided using the value inside the parentheses as a delimiter. The divided value is entered into the list one by one. Today's last topic is about list. There are 4 examples of list. As you can see, when creating a list, enclose it in square brackets as shown above, and separate each element value with a comma. In Python, lists also can be added or multiplied as string. For example, there are list A, which contains 1, 2, 3, and list B, which contains 4, 5, 6. When you add these two lists, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when multiply list A as 3 times, you can get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In Python list, there are len operation, indexing operation, and slicing operation. In order to get number of elements, you can use len operation. Using indexing, it is accessible by element in the list. Using slicing, you can take elements that you want off the list. Python's list data structure type has various functions. The append function adds a value to the list. The sort function and reverse function sort and reverse the list. You can use the index function to find out where the values are in the list. The insert function is used as insert A, B. You can insert a value B to add before the desired position A in the list. The remove function can erase the value in the list. The pop function returns the last element of the list and deletes the element. The count function can find the number of desired values in the list. Finally, the extend function is similar to the append function. You can use the extend function to add a desired value or array to the end of the list. Let's solve 5 simple questions about what we learned in this lesson. You can see the answer in next page. To get average of score, you have to add all of numbers and divide with number of subject. Declare variables suitable for the subject and specify each value as shown in the table in exercise 1. Finally, the problem can be solved by dividing the value of adding all variables by 3, which is the number of subjects. The second question can be solved by replacing and with comma. It can be solved by using the replace function. The third question can be solved by sort and reverse function. If you sort first and reverse, you can get the array in descending order. For the first problem, you can take each string from the array and output the added value. The last problem can be solved by remove and append function. If you remove 4, 8, 10 and append 7, 9, you can get the right value. Thank you for watching.